Abbey Road represents a magical turning point in modern music, a studio experiment that became a masterpiece. From the first chords of Come Together, to the shimmering optimism of Here Comes the Sun, the album's tracks are instantly recognizable. The Beatles used new technology and creative recording techniques, layering sounds in ways never before attempted. According to Rolling Stone, Abbey Road is frequently listed among the top 5 albums of all time, a testament to its lasting influence. The famous medley on Side 2 still inspires musicians and producers, with artists from all genres citing it as a key reference point. For many, the image of the 4 Beatles crossing that zebra-striped road is as iconic as the music itself. Abbey Road is not just an album, it's a cultural touchstone, shaping the way we hear and think about popular music. The Dark Side of the Moon is the soundtrack to countless late-night conversations and deep personal reflections. The album's seamless flow, hypnotic synthesizers, and explorations of time, madness, and human greed set it apart. Its innovative production included tape loops, spoken word segments, and pioneering use of multi-track recording. Billboard reports that it spent an astonishing 741 weeks, over 14 years, on the Billboard 200 chart, a feat unmatched by nearly any album. Songs like Money and Time are still radio staples, and the album's prism cover is one of the most recognized in history. Pink Floyd's willingness to tackle big ideas with artistry and precision makes this a must-hear experience. For many listeners, it's the album that opened their minds to what music could truly achieve. OK Computer emerged at the turn of the millennium, capturing the anxiety and alienation of the digital age. Radiohead's third album blends rock with electronic elements, creating a sound that's both haunting and futuristic. Tracks like Paranoid Android and Karma Police are full of cryptic lyrics and unpredictable shifts, reflecting the chaos of modern life. Critics and fans alike have hailed OK Computer as one of the most influential albums of the 1990s, with Rolling Stone and Pitchfork both placing it high in their best of lists. Its vision of a dystopian world, driven by technology and disconnection, feels even more relevant in 2025 than it did in 1997. The album's innovative spirit continues to inspire musicians, making it essential listening for anyone curious about the future of music. Nevermind didn't just change music, it changed culture. With Kurt Cobain's anguished vocals and the band's raw, distorted sound, Nirvana brought grunge to the mainstream almost overnight. The album's explosive single, Smells Like Teen Spirit, became an anthem for disaffected youth everywhere, symbolizing the frustration and restlessness of a generation. Selling over 30 million copies worldwide, Nevermind broke all expectations for an alternative rock record, according to the Recording Industry Association of America, RIAA. Its influence on fashion, attitude, and music remains undeniable, and the album's honest, unfiltered energy still resonates with new listeners. For many, Nevermind was the first album that made them feel truly understood. Fleetwood Mac's Rumors is a miracle of harmony born from chaos. Created during a period of intense personal turmoil, breakups, betrayals, and heartbreak, the band managed to channel their emotions into songs that radiate both pain and hope. Tracks like Go Your Own Way and Dreams are pillars of pop rock perfection, their melodies as fresh today as they were in the 70s. The album won the Grammy for Album of the Year and has sold over 40 million copies worldwide, making it one of the best-selling albums ever. The enduring appeal of Rumors lies in its honesty. You can feel the longing, regret, and resilience in every note. It's the sound of people refusing to fall apart, and that's what makes it unforgettable. Illmatic stands as a cornerstone of hip-hop storytelling. Nas crafted vivid pictures of life in New York City's Queensbridge projects, weaving intricate rhymes over jazz-infused beats. Tracks like NY State of Mind and The World Is Yours are celebrated for their poetic complexity and emotional weight. Critics, including The Source and Pitchfork, have called Illmatic the greatest hip-hop album ever, praising its authenticity and technical brilliance. The album's influence stretches across generations, inspiring artists from Jay-Z to Kendrick Lamar. With just 10 tracks, Illmatic set a new standard for concise, impactful hip-hop, and its reputation only grows with time. When Kanye West released My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, he redefined what an album could be. The record is both grandiose and deeply personal, blending rap, rock, soul, and orchestral elements. Songs like Runaway and Power confront fame, ego, and vulnerability in a way that feels raw and theatrical. The album won the Grammy for Best Rap Album and was named Album of the Decade by outlets like Pitchfork and Billboard. Kanye's willingness to take risks, both musically and lyrically, pushed hip-hop into new territory. It's an album that invites both admiration and debate, making every listen feel like an event. To Pimp a Butterfly is a tour de force of lyricism, social commentary, and genre-bending innovation. Kendrick Lamar fuses jazz, funk, and soul with razor-sharp insights into race, identity, and resilience. Tracks like All Right and The Blacker the Berry have become rallying cries for movements like Black Lives Matter, reflecting the album's deep cultural impact. It won the Grammy for Best Rap Album and was named Album of the Year by numerous publications, including Rolling Stone and The Guardian. Lamar's fearless storytelling and musical ambition make To Pimp a Butterfly a landmark not just in hip-hop but in all of popular music. Ready to Die announced the Notorious B.I.G. as one of rap's greatest storytellers. The album blends gritty realism with dark humor, chronicling the highs and lows of street life in New York. Songs like Juicy and Big Papa have become classics, celebrated for their catchy hooks and vivid narratives. The album's influence on East Coast hip-hop is massive, helping to shape the sound and style of the genre for decades. Even today, Biggie's flow and charisma set a gold standard for MCs everywhere. His legacy lives on in every new generation of rappers who study Ready to Die for inspiration. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is a rare blend of soul, hip-hop, and heartfelt confession. Lauryn Hill's voice, both as a singer and rapper, is mesmerizing, full of passion, pain, and wisdom. Tracks like Doo Wop, That Thing, and X Factor showcase her ability to blend genres seamlessly while delivering powerful messages about love and self-worth. The album sold over 19 million copies and won 5 Grammy Awards, including Album of the Year. Its influence is huge, inspiring everyone from Beyoncé to Adele. Hill's only solo studio album remains a singular achievement in music. Thriller is more than just the biggest-selling album ever, it's a global phenomenon. Michael Jackson broke barriers with his music videos, dance moves, and genre-defying sound. Every track, from Billie Jean to Beat It, is a masterclass in pop songwriting and production. The album's sales, over 66 million copies, are staggering, and its influence stretches from K-pop to hip-hop to electronic music. Thriller changed what it meant to be a pop star, setting a standard that no one has surpassed. Even today, its songs light up dance floors and inspire new generations of artists. Like a Prayer is Madonna at her most fearless. The album tackles personal and political themes, blending gospel, rock, and dance pop in ways that were shocking at the time. The title track's music video sparked controversy for its religious imagery, but the album's boldness paid off with critical acclaim and huge sales. Songs like Express Yourself and Cherish demonstrate Madonna's knack for reinvention. As the queen of pop, she used Like a Prayer to break taboos and expand the boundaries of what pop music could address. The album's legacy is clear in today's pop stars, who follow in Madonna's provocative footsteps. 1989 marked Taylor Swift's complete transformation from country darling to pop superstar. The album is packed with hits, Shake It Off, Blank Space, Style, that dominated charts and soundtracks everywhere. Swift's songwriting is sharp, witty, and deeply relatable, turning everyday experiences into anthems. 1989 won the Grammy for Album of the Year and has sold over 10 million copies worldwide, according to the International Federation of the Phonographic Industry, IFPI. It set the tone for modern pop sound, blending synths, hooks, and clever narratives in a way that resonates with millions. Lemonade is Beyoncé's most ambitious and personal album yet. The record blends R&B, rock, country, and hip-hop, exploring themes of betrayal, empowerment, and Black identity. Its release as a visual album, accompanied by a striking film, added new depth to the music, creating a powerful cultural moment. Songs like Formation and Sorry have become anthems of self-assertion and resilience. Lemonade won multiple Grammy Awards and has been hailed by critics as a defining work of the 2010s. Beyoncé's willingness to be vulnerable and political makes this album essential listening. Purple Rain is the sound of Prince at his creative peak, a wild mix of rock, funk, and unfiltered sexuality. The album, which doubled as a soundtrack to his semi-autobiographical film, features classics like When Doves Cry and Let's Go Crazy. With over 25 million copies sold, Purple Rain is one of the best-selling albums ever and won an Academy Award for Best Original Song Score. Prince's virtuosity, he played most of the instruments himself, set a new standard for solo artists. The album remains a touchstone for anyone who wants to understand the power of fearless self-expression. Songs in the Key of Life is a sprawling opus that captures the full range of human experience. Stevie Wonder's songwriting is joyous, political, spiritual, and deeply personal, often all at once. Tracks like Sir Duke celebrate the power of music, while Pastime Paradise and Village Ghetto Land tackle social issues with compassion and urgency. The album won the Grammy for Album of the Year and is frequently cited as Wonder's greatest work. Its mix of genres, soul, funk, jazz, pop, reflects the boundless creativity of its creator. For many listeners, it's the soundtrack to both hope and reflection. Few albums have the emotional impact of What's Going On. Marvin Gaye took the turmoil of the Vietnam War era, protests, injustice and division, and turned it into a plea for peace and understanding. The album's lush production and smooth melodies make its heavy themes even more powerful. Rolling Stone recently ranked it as the greatest album of all time, a recognition of its timeless relevance. Songs like Mercy Mercy Me, The Ecology, still resonate as environmental and social justice anthems. Gaye's voice soars and aches, inviting listeners to feel not just his pain, but the world's. Voodoo is a deep, smoky dive into the world of neo-soul. D'Angelo's second album took 5 years to make, and the result is a sound both intimate and experimental. Tracks like Untitled, How Does It Feel, and Devil's Pie showcase his effortless blend of funk, soul, and gospel influences. The album's loose, improvisational feel has inspired a generation of R&B artists, from Frank Ocean to H.E.R. Critics at the New York Times and The Guardian have called Voodoo a modern classic, praising its raw vulnerability and musical depth. It's the kind of record you feel as much as you hear. Exodus is Bob Marley's call to unity, peace, and revolution. The album emerged during a turbulent time in Jamaica's history, and Marley's lyrics reflect both hope and defiance. Songs like One Love, Jamming, and Three Little Birds have become anthems for people seeking solace and strength. Exodus helped bring reggae to a global audience, and Time magazine named it the best album of the 20th century. Marley's message of love and resistance still resonates, making this album a guiding light for listeners everywhere. Zombie is more than music, it's a political weapon. Fela Kuti used his Afrobeat sound, a mix of jazz, funk, and traditional African rhythms, to criticize Nigeria's military regime. The title track's relentless groove and biting lyrics led to government reprisals, but also made Kuti a hero for the oppressed. The album's influence has rippled across genres, inspiring artists like Paul McCartney and Questlove. Zombie is a reminder of music's power to challenge authority and ignite change. The Buena Vista Social Club album brought together legendary Cuban musicians to celebrate the island's rich musical heritage. Produced by Ry Cooder, the project revived traditional son, bolero, and danzan styles, introducing them to a new global audience. The album won a Grammy and spawned a hit documentary, turning its performers, some in their 80s, into international stars. Its warm, nostalgic sound is both a history lesson and a celebration, making it essential for anyone curious about world music. Discovery is the album that changed the face of electronic music. Daft Punk combined French house, disco, rock, and pop into a sound that felt futuristic and nostalgic at the same time. Songs like One More Time and Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger became dance floor staples and influenced artists from Kanye West to The Weeknd. The album's robotic aesthetic, catchy melodies, and bold production choices make it a cornerstone of modern pop and EDM. Even after Daft Punk's breakup in 2021, Discovery still feels fresh and revolutionary. Brian Eno's Ambient One, Music for Airports is a quiet revolution in sound. Designed to calm and soothe anxious travelers, the album's gentle loops and minimalist textures helped invent the ambient genre. Eno's vision was to create music you could listen to, or ignore, and its influence is everywhere, from spa playlists to film scores. The album's serene atmosphere has made it a favorite for relaxation and meditation, with The Guardian and Pitchfork praising its pioneering spirit. Music for Airports proved that music doesn't have to demand your attention to change your mood. Blue is the sound of a heart on the edge. Joni Mitchell's confessional songwriting captures the pain and beauty of love, loss, and self-discovery. Tracks like A Case of You and River are intimate, poetic, and deeply moving. The album's vulnerability and honesty have inspired generations of singer-songwriters, from Carole King to Taylor Swift. Rolling Stone frequently cites Blue as one of the greatest albums ever, praising Mitchell's lyrical genius and shimmering melodies. It's the kind of music that feels like a secret shared between friends. At Folsom Prison is as raw and real as music gets. Recorded live before an audience of inmates, Johnny Cash's album captures the energy, humor, and desperation of people behind bars. Songs like Folsom Prison Blues resonate with themes of regret, resilience, and redemption. The album revitalized Cash's career and brought country music to new audiences, crossing boundaries of class and culture. Its gritty honesty and rebellious spirit still inspire artists today, reminding listeners that music can be both a comfort and a call to freedom.